Yes, sir. And we are live. As you already know, it's your boy Dabrand knows. Having a little technical difficulties with the setup, as I don't even know if you can hear me right now, but if you can, the mic sounds a little crazy to me. I'm trying to figure this thing on out. But in the meantime, and in between time, now that you know that the BCM Brando knows, I'm gonna go ahead and start the show. Let's get it.
Sun rooftop, digging in the scene with the gangster lean and and we ain't coming down. See on my face that smile. See on my head that crown. I'm on top of the world, top of the town, baby.
I moved up the hood to have the church on the corner where I sit and talk shit all day cause I wanna. And on top of that, wasn't none of y'all gonna do nothing but keep running your mouth and keep frontin'. Go ahead and say something. I'll wait. I ain't gonna wait too late, cause in a minute I'm escape. If there is no debate, no, it's not an option. You gotta keep cop watch.
Sun rooftop, digging in the scene with the gangster lean and we ain't coming down. See on my face that smile. See on my
40 Wolves, regulate. Yo, Cam, tell them where we from, baby.
From a
that if you didn't have strong dudes around him, you'd have had cats like the Lynch Mob. You'd have had cats like Preacher. You would have had cats like the 40 Wolves. You would have cats like Niggas for Life. Dudes who was really in the streets like that.
It's Harlem, but I ain't gonna lie, Sugar Hill is really 40th to 55th. Yes, we're about to do a walkthrough and show you like who's from what block.
Oh, 140th.
40th to 55th. Yes, we're about to do a walkthrough and show you like who's from.
Go all the way. T-block, baby, I'm black and I'm balls. And I'm muffling sauce. I'm getting money, of course, but I'm never ever thinking taking a loss. Shorty sipping that crystal. So shorty started buck wild. Shorty back and buck wild. So you know niggas dicks out. She taking them down. All the way down. She be taking them down. Go all the way. Now if you follow me, I will follow you too. Now if you follow me, then I will follow you too.
And as you see, that's the way it is. And that's just the way it go. Now let's get on into the show.
doing a Facebook Live when he got robbed. This is went viral.
I got you. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. 40 Wolves.
sitting in his car doing a Facebook Live when he got robbed. This is when viral. I want y'all to understand about dropping location, wearing jewels out there, not knowing where you at or what you dealing with. Sit back, but check this out, right? Before I go any further, I want to show you how this thing really play out. All right.
What's up? Hell no.
What's going on in DC with the National Guard takeover?
That's crazy. But me personally, I think he should have just gave up the chain, man. Yeah, life is worth more than the chain, man. Give it up. You got the drop on you, dog. There's nothing you could do. Give up the chain.
Now, this is in Chicago. I mean, they already said they're coming to a major city that's out of control near you. So sit back and let's learn what's going on with this story.
2025, 42-year-old Kevin Tug Watson, a well-known Chicago native, was shot and killed during a Facebook Live broadcast in the city's Austin neighborhood. The incident unfolded in the parking lot of a business on the 5000 block of West Madison Street, where Watson was streaming from inside a vehicle. Moments into the live video, a man approached, attempted to snatch Watson's diamond chain, and a brief struggle followed. Watson could be heard telling the assailant to take the chain before a gunshot rang out. Struck in the chest, he was rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital and pronounced dead less than 40 minutes later. The chilling footage has been widely shared online, sparking outrage and grief in the community.
Now, this is going to be him setting up to do his live. I just want y'all to see how simple this is and how this played out so you could understand how easy it is for you to lose your life out there. And just listen to the content. All right, see, he getting his glasses, he chilling. He mind his business. Got no Facebook, letting the people come into Facebook, you know? And then now he's going to go in and they snatched him out of his car and bodied him.
Killing me. Yeah. Put this AC back on a little bit. Yeah, buddy. Big Mike. It's crazy, ain't it? Good evening, good afternoon. So, as y'all know, you feel me? I was speaking last night about the situation in Mike. Yeah, I was a little drunk, but I was serious. But I don't know if something was heard wrong or whatever. First of all, I didn't pay to get in there. I never said I got paid in there. If you listen to my line, the next most important part is all the promoters, Blackie Wacky, Sharice, Mike Larry, Eli brother, Shooter, Bop, you feel me? Like, all the promoters, when y'all come out, when y'all fuck with them, they're gonna make sure that y'all have a good motherfucking Vontae, you know what I'm saying? Tape. All them people, they're gonna make sure you have a good time at the shit they promote at. They gonna, you feel me? They're gonna talk to you, they're gonna handle, they're gonna make sure all that shit is dead. Like I said, the promoters are my people, you feel me? They get and they make shit happen. But me going outside and being around the club life and shit like that, you know, like, it be people asking me to promote, you feel me? Man, though, you should throw your hat around, you should promote, because you can bring motherfuckers out type shit, you feel me? But I don't, like, the promoter's cool. I learned a lot from them if I did want to do that shit and bring people out, because as much as I'm out, what's up, bro? As much as I'm out, I really could. The problem is and never will be an issue with promoters or the promoters. The issue be with the owners. And the owners do not, they own the shit, you feel me? They have the security. They pay the security. You feel me? You got to teach your security, you feel me? Or have them when you got somebody coming in visiting your motherfucking establishment, like to show respect and love to your patrons. At the end of the motherfucking day, the promoters, not a problem. They have a hard time to par. They have a hard time to do a lot of shit in that shit because they got to argue with the owners, you feel me? And owners, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. Yes. It don't matter. I'm tagging all promoters. I should have tagged you too. It don't matter. I'm just talking about period. No matter where you at as a promoter, I can tag anybody. It ain't about Taco 2. It ain't about, I'm clearly saying I fuck with all promoters. So I can tag all of y'all. Y'all don't want me tagged, then whatever. I'm tagging y'all ass. You feel?
Pause. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have to watch what you say on social media. He just said he don't care what you think. He gonna tag your... And this might be what led up to it. Let's keep it moving.
On what I'm saying. Talk to me when you see me in person. Like I said.
You heard that? Talk to me when you see me in person. As this video play out, you're going to see them talking to him in person.
Yeah. I fuck with all the promoters. Yo, I fuck with all the promoters. Y'all my people. When I come out, we get sessions. We have a good time. I never had an issue with no promoter in the history of me coming outside. Yeah, I never had an issue with no promoter in the history of me coming outside. I fuck with y'all. I support every promoter because y'all my people. You too, Dianca. So shut your ass up.
You see how he's talking, getting real comfortable? You have to be careful what you say on social media because you don't know what the viewer is thinking while you're doing these lives. All right?
I support my people. The issue is not with y'all. The issue is with the owners, with their security. Like all this shit, they don't treat my... Even when you go to Bevy, bro, you feel me? Like y'all know, bro. Like a motherfucker then they got to pay their rent to get inside some of these motherfucking clubs and bars. You feel me? Hold on. If I come in with a hat, you know, say, oh, okay, you can't wear no hats in here. So I got to pay you $100 to wear my hat up in this bitch. Oh, okay, cool. Shut your...
Hey, yo, you know what's crazy? See, hold on. Did you hear what he was getting ready to say?
What's up, dog? I'm in business right now.
Yo, he telling people to shut their up right now that he in business, right? This is the type of thing that I'm talking about that y'all have to be careful with because you might be in one frame of mind and then the others is in another frame of mind, right? Because we're going to ride. You see the way he said that, you know, they charge, you know, rent to get in. They charge for a baseball hat. You know, I started that back in the 90s when I was doing my parties. If you was wearing shoes, you had to pay at least $100. If, you know, you had on sneakers, you had on Timbs, you paid $200-300. I know y'all saying that's a lot, but for a person to come in with his Timberlands or his sneakers on and pay the extra $100 or $200 to get in when he's standing at the bar, the females don't have to guess who got the bag. They know one thing for certain, two things for sure, is that anybody that's wearing hard bottom shoes, they don't have no money. So they came with their hard bottom shoes so they could get in for $40, you know? But if they wear their Timbs, they got the bag, take this $300. So you go in, you at the bar, females look, see what you got on your feet. You got on some Timbs. Hey, how you doing? You got some hard bottom shoes. I'm not trying to talk to you. You know, let's keep it going. That's why you separated to separate the men from the boys.
So I got to pay $100 to wear my hat up in here, you feel me? I can't wear gym shoes. I got to pay another $100 to wear my gym shoes. Then I still got to pay $60 at the door to get in this motherfucker. You feel me? And then, come on, man. Then I got to get up here to drink some motherfucking $25 a shot. Like, all this shit that y'all do, bro. We paying $300 before we even get inside dollar establishment. Mind you, we coming to support y'all. So again, there's never an issue with the promoters because and then y'all don't get them, they don't get y'all promoters enough love and respect for what y'all do. Y'all actually bring motherfuckers out to their establishment and to their venues. You feel me? You too.
So he's saying that you bring in the people out to support their establishment and then they overcharging them and then they paying the promoters crumbs.
Because fuck what they said. They can screenshot whatever, cuz you the DJ and the promoters. when it comes to these establishments, y'all bring the crowds, bro. They gotta respect that shit. You feel me? Y'all bring the fucking crowds to this shit, bro. At the end of the day, they might have a little something going on if they pop, to get their own. But guess what? Y'all bring out the people, bro. They gotta give y'all respect. They not paying y'all enough. You feel me? If you ask me, in my personal opinion, that ain't my field. But again, I'm still gonna speak how I feel about anything. There ain't no motherfucker gonna do nothing to me about it. You feel me? But like, come on, bro.
You heard that? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to him about it, and you're gonna see how that statement ended and played out. Be careful what you say on social media.
They don't pay y'all enough, bro. Yeah, here y'all go. Because they don't pay y'all enough, and they don't give y'all enough respect or give y'all the control that y'all have to control the crowd. And it don't even be, it's not really a crowd control. A lot of shit happen because when we get in front of these clubs, yeah, first of all, security, like I said last night, security be mad. They stand on the motherfucking door 8 hours, they ain't getting paid enough. So now they treating the motherfuckers who come into the door. You feel me? And I'm not letting no motherfucker mistreat me. Fuck what a motherfucker talking about, bro. Like I said, when I come into these clubs and these bars and these establishments, 9 times out of 10, you feel me? It's money. I'm not even finna go through all that because I ain't trying to stunt. I'm just being honest. You feel me? My jewelry, this shit costs thousands. I'm not finna walk no 2 motherfucking blocks when you got parks in front of your shit and you want to reserve them because I'm coming to support you to spend my money anyway. And there's 7 or 8 motherfucking parks. You telling me I can't park right there. You don't control that park. From now on, I'm parking right there. Call the police, motherfucker, and they gonna tell your dumb ass the same thing. And if you touch or go near my car, I'm gonna leave your ass right there by my shit.
Do you hear how this man is talking? Y'all pay attention now, because I don't want this to be you.
Over the owners, the security, whoever. That's how I'm coming from now on. And that's just being honest. Don't tell me I can't park nowhere you don't got no control over. Don't nobody control these motherfucking city streets, man. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. But they need to give y'all respect. You feel me? They need to stop playing, check y'all security, coach them on how to engage with people when you dealing with them, because you can't talk to people reckless. You can't treat them reckless just because you mad or just because you going through some shit.
And that's exactly what we're witnessing him doing right now, talking reckless. Said, I'm gonna park where I want to park. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And it's not to bash him. This is just to give you the real on what's going on.
Girl, you'll be all right. You can't treat a motherfucker bad just because you having a bad day, security, whatever. You feel me? The owners like when we come into these motherfucking establishments, we coming to support y'all. Because if ain't nobody coming up in that bitch and it's dry, eventually that bitch gonna be off the map. So you gotta appreciate the people who support you and fuck with you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just all that it is. You feel me? Like, business is business. I run a good business. And anybody that fuck with me, you feel me? They come and they say something ain't right, or a motherfucker said something wrong or did something wrong to them, and they deal with me. And I got to hear one of my people did something. Guess what? I got to get on their ass. You can't treat nobody like that that's spending their money. You feel me? That's coming out to support you. You feel me? Because you could go any place. We can go any place. You feel me? But black motherfuckers just tend to do too much, bro. And I'm tired of that shit. You feel me? Like, for real. Black motherfuckers tend to do too much, bro, and want to overcharge because a motherfucker feel like a motherfucker got it, bro. Feel me? Give us a day. Let's in that bitch. Free or something, or make the shit, you feel me? Like, where people could come in, you know what I'm saying, have themselves, enjoy a good time without spending $1 million motherfucking dollars, you feel me? Motherfucker want to come out and have fun, you feel me? Nobody want to argue. But shit, I ain't trying to come out and spend $500 every motherfucking night neither. It's always the key, that shit, you feel me? But the good thing about it is, we don't have them problems at the touch. It's good parking. It's great food. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have them type of problems at the touch. That's one thing I can say. You feel me? Vail, the owner there, you feel me? He engaged with people. He show love. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking a direct shot because a motherfucker be sitting back. My thing is this. If you're a manager, if you're a security, if you got anything to do, even the promoter step in, you feel me? My thing be when people get positions or they get places, they get too big headed. It's like, okay, I got it going now. Like, you just here. Like, I don't give a fuck what you own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not that big in this shit. You feel me? Like, get the fuck up out of here. You feel me? So if you got a manager like yesterday at Mike's, the manager see me, bro. That nigga see me. I don't know his motherfucking name, and I let him know. Bro, you see me complaining. You see me saying something. You sitting there, nigga, and you looking at me like, you ain't tried to address me like, hey, homie, can I help you? And this the thing, though. This is what I said, though. I said, okay, listen. I've been in this motherfucking hour now. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this motherfucking hour now. My people that came up here and said they can't get up here, I say, listen, bro. It's 7, 8 parts of them, bro. Y'all want us part 2 blocks just to come fuck with y'all when y'all know somebody. I've been here over an hour now. You feel me? Taco Tuesday, when I approached them, it was after 11 o'clock. Taco Tuesday usually shut down about 12 o'clock, 1:30. You got 7, 8 parts open by then, bro. 9 times out of 10, ain't no motherfucker coming there, bro. You feel me? So this is what I said. I say, listen, bro, if they do come, let us park right here. You feel me? If they do come get me. We'll move the car so they can get the space.
So they should have to go through the club to announce you on the speaker to come move your car so that they could charge someone to pay in the spot that they charge to pay in, because you feel that no one is there and it's getting late, so no one is coming, so you should be able to park there for free. But if someone do come, then you'll move your car. Do y'all agree with that? Put that in the comments. And before we go any further, subscribe to my daughter YouTube channel, man. Be all right? Well, I need a Mecca audio. Let's keep it moving.
We will move our car, whatever car we need so they can get the space, just let's get the park. So now oh no, we can't do that. No, you just gotta find somewhere else to park. Who the fuck is you talking to? You feel me? Like, who the fuck is you talking to for real, even talking like that? Like, that be the shit, and that's what make a motherfucker be wanting to get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect.
Right
What's
there.
up, bro?
Right there.
What's up? Hell no.
Right there. You see how easy it is to lose your life? That's why when I'm out, right? Everybody, when I'm out, all my peoples, they walking around, everybody got their face in their phone, they're texting, they're scrolling, they're doing everything in their phone, they're not paying attention. Now, this young man, he's sitting here, he's on a Facebook Live, and he's focused on that. He's in his heat of the moment, he talking, and they creeping up on the car. Pay attention when you outside. Pay attention and not to the phone. Now, we're going to run it back so you can see how it played out, because I don't think y'all understand how serious this is.
We'll move our car, whatever car we need so they can get the space, just let's get the park. So now oh no, we can't do that. No, you just got to find somewhere else to park. Who the fuck is you talking to? You feel me? Like, who the fuck is you talking to for real, even talking like that? Like, that be the shit, and that's what make a motherfucker be wanting to get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up? Hell no.
Now, this is sad, but this is how we're living in our society, that you can't even sit in your car with a chain on and talk on the phone. How much more, how much more devastating can it get than that? That's why I say, man, be careful what you say on social media. Pay attention to your surroundings so you don't be left in the ground. This is real. Now you're going to see this young man go in, and his cousin. Let me put the volume on. This is real. Listen to the chaos left behind. This is out of control. Listen to this. Now this man gonna come and try. This man gonna come and turn the phone off. Check it out. How much more real than this can you get? He was just sitting in his car doing a Facebook Live. Do you think this is right, wrong? Do you think the National Guard need to come in Chicago? Somebody put in the comment. Here it go right here. Look.
No, nobody touched nothing over here. Hey! This is my blood cousin, fuck. I got it. I'm trying to find the key because this bitch a lot and that shit ain't. Huh? And that's what I'm finna see.
There you go.
Fold. Oh, what? Smoke.
Do you think that the National Guard is needed in Chicago? Put it in the comments. Do you think the National Guard is needed in Washington, D.C.? Put it in the comments. But when the government has been giving out grants for years, millions of dollars, and then it turns to this, and the money they're giving out is not preventing violence or stopping violence. They say it's slowing it down. It might be. I don't know. Not giving my opinion on it, just reporting on it to let you know. At what point do the government say enough is enough? Like I said, I've been home 5 years, and since I've been home, everyone's been telling me I'm wasting my time doing YouTube, trying to talk to the youth because they're on demon time. Leave them alone, you. Stay away from them. Just let them be. But do the government let them be? And then now it's trickling on over to tax-paying citizens and tourists in many states that thrive on the tourist economy in order to function. Let's keep this moving. All right, we're gonna ride.
Urging anyone with information to come forward. Tug Watson was more than just a familiar face in Chicago's West Side. He was known for his charisma, his love of fashion, and his presence in the local music and social scene, often wearing his signature diamond chain that became part of his identity. On August 13, 2025, that chain became the target of a violent crime. The incident shocked his family, friends, and thousands who watched it unfold online. Tug's death is a devastating reminder of how quickly life can be taken and how public moments can turn deadly in an instant. Our condolences go out to his loved ones, and we urge everyone to stay vigilant. Avoid displaying valuables publicly, be aware of your surroundings, and take steps to protect yourself.
Could you believe that they're telling people to not wear the jewelry that they brought in public? My phone number is on the screen. If y'all got any content that you want me to report on, please send it to me, because I haven't been feeling a lot of this, but I feel this is one that needed to be spoken on. So that's why I put it. You could text whatever links that you have as far as that you would like me to give a street perspective on. But it's a sad day when we have to tell our people, tuck your chain. This is not the 80s. This is not the 90s. This is 2025. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter YouTube channel. Keep it going. You already know I'm at Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories as well. And my daughter's at Unique Mecca Audio. Juanita Mecca Audio. All right.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio.
Make a what? Make a audio. Make a what? Make a audio. Make a what? Make a audio. Make a what? Make a audio. We gon' do it like We gon' do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can get back to the cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
I started Tai Chi at 50. Now I'm 68, and doctors ask me for advice.
3 reasons to start Tai Chi workout this summer. In 1 week, you'll see your energy. In 2 weeks, you'll feel your breath. In 3 weeks, you'll have energy, and your wife won't believe your results. Here is the personalized plan of short Tai Chi workouts tailored for beginners over 50. It takes just 7 minutes per day. Beginner-friendly and requires no equipment. You can work out anytime, anywhere. Just open the app and follow along.
Thank you, guys.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Check it out, right? Boosie Badass took a plea for his federal gun charge after a legal roller coaster going back and forth. Remember, they saw Boosie with a picture with a gun in his back, in the back of his waist. Somebody took a picture of it, put it out there. They seen it. Police pulled him over in the car. We're going to show you when he gets pulled over in the car so we can show you how not to act when you get pulled over by the authorities. That's what this video is about. Sit back, enjoy the ride, and let's do this, man. All right? All right, you know what it is. Unique Make Audio, man. We're going to show you how not to act when the police pull you over. Matter of fact, we're going to put them on the big screen right now. And I'm going to take myself off while I play this so you can see how not to act when get pulled over by the authorities. All right?
I want to tell everybody I don't look bad first. I'm going to spit on every nurse in that. I'm going to make you charge me.
Did you hear what he said to the authorities? He said, I'm going to make you charge me. That's not what we really want. We aggravated. We feel like, it's racism. They pressure us. We feel all these different anxieties and all these traumas come back when we see the police lights behind us. But that don't mean we disrespect them and tell them, I'm going to make you charge me. This was the beginning of his battle. Once he said that, it's like, oh, we got to show this trigger who's in charge. He don't get it. He just don't get it. And even after all this tough guy on the side of the road, where they could have killed him, but they let him live, Even with all of that, at the end, to come into the courtroom and plead guilty. And this is not to diss Boosie. Boosie need to speak on this to let the youth know, don't react like I just reacted in that video. Because he escalated this to, to where it's at now. And that's what you have to understand, that we ain't trying to do, man. Let's keep this moving.
I'm gonna show you how I get down when I get locked up. I'm gonna show you how I get down. I'm gonna make them bitches whoop me. They gonna get a charge.
Did you hear that? I'm gonna make them itches whoop me. They gonna get a charge. And then you go and you plead guilty. See, that's just anger. Listen, man, let's take a ride. Let's take a ride, right? What I'm letting you, what I do, right? I get pulled over on the side of the road like that, right? They got the guns, I'm handcuffed the whole nine, whatever, right? I'm gonna play the biggest goofy you could find. Oh, excuse me, officer. I didn't mean to do that. You know, you look a little like Bob Hope. You remember Bob Hope? You know, and I'm just gonna be the biggest goofy. I'm gonna deserve an Oscar award when it's over. But at the end of the day, I got a better chance of driving away. So do you want to play this role that Boosie Badass is playing and go through what he's going through when he could have just played the goofy? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that I was speeding. Or, you know, we're going to find out why they pulled him over, and we're going to go through reacting to that too. But let me play this back just so you understand. I just want you to know, and I'm going to promote that in this. You get pulled over, you be on your best behavior, no matter how ignorant that you know, authority figure may be. Be on your best behavior. Don't feed into it, because you're going to lose. You're going to make a big scene like this young man just did, and you're going to wind up going into court pleading guilty and looking at prison time, or just spending a bag of money and wasting your family time and putting a blotch on your joint when you could have just played the goofy. Yo, I'm Bootsy Badass. All that I do is just the image. I'm just a square. You know, just let me go. I know I've been to Angola. I know I had a couple of murders and all. But, you know, that's nothing. You know what I mean? That was just the act. Play the biggest goofy, man. Don't think that you're going to do this.
I'm gonna make them whoop me. When you talk to them, I'm gonna fuck them in their shit. Then I'm going out like a gangster. You gotta knock my teeth out, buddy. And you're gonna be sued like a dog. I'm ready now.
Boosie, you already said he ready now. Was you ready when you took the plea? It was just a question. Was you ready when you took the plea? And this ain't the issue. It's just to show these people that no matter how tough we think we are, that's the powers that be. So cussing them out on the side of the road because you're angry, because you got a bag of money, because you're drunk, or whatever reason, is a no-no. Stop it. You follow these people rules, you're not going to have any problem from these people. Just like, you know, people come in your house, they follow your rules, they're not going to have any problem in your house. They act up and you get like Martin, you know, and you throw them the heck out. Get out. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Is about to be heading to prison for a very long time. He just beat a life sentence, came home, shook up the music industry, gained more fans than he had before. He's been living a hell of a life. Now it's looking like he about to be headed back to jail for a very long time. Boosie Badass take plea deal in federal gun case. He's tired of fighting, so he just went ahead and gave in, and he wanted to let his fans know that he love y'all. But right now, he about to be going to jail for a long time.
New developments in the gun case against a Louisiana-based rapper who was arrested in San Diego last year. Today, a San Diego judge threw out the felony firearm possession charge against 41-year-old Torrance Boozy Hatch Jr. Hatch, who's been convicted on drug charges in the past, was arrested in Choias View last May during a traffic stop after authorities say they found 2 loaded handguns in his vehicle. His legal team asked a judge to drop the charges, citing a ruling by a California judge in another case that found stripping a nonviolent felon of their right to own a gun was unconstitutional. Ultimately, the judge today agreed and granted Hatch's motion to dismiss.
The New Orleans rapper Boosie Badass.
See, that's how blessed he was and didn't understand it, right? Let me run you through this so you understand. Boosie Badass agreed to a federal plea deal in the San Diego gun case after a legal back and forth that included the dismissal and the re-indictment of a dismissed indictment. And that's what they were just talking about. Boosie Badass is throwing in the towel on this long-running federal gun case after back and forth with the courts that started in San Diego last year. So they came to a plea. So I don't know what this dude talking about. He looking at a very long time. That man didn't plea out for no damn long time. When he pleaded out for something that he felt he could take, because he don't have to take it if he don't have to, he don't want to take it. Now, the Baton Rouge rapper revealed this week that he took a plea deal with the feds, right? This is exactly what he said in his own words, you know? Just accepted a plea from the federal government on my gun case. I thought this case was over. I'm going to get on with my life, and God don't make no mistakes, you know? And
if you get stuck on the melody, or if you just feel like you can't get a song started, Output's co-producer is very dope. They make it much easier for us to either get inspiration or to help us when
and I'm tired of fighting. You should have been tired of fighting on the side of that road when you aggravated them police to push you that far into feeling like they had to get even with you. Come on, dog, tighten up, man. You know, this all started back in May 2023 when San Diego cops spotted Boosie flashing a gun allegedly in his waistband doing an Instagram live stream. So now who was the smart guy that took a video with this man with a gun in the back of his pants? Is that who paid for the lawyer? Somebody need to pay for that legal fee if that's how that all started. That's just how I go in the hood. I'm just giving it 100. If you're the one that sat there and filmed this man with a gun in his back, knowing he a felon, knowing he go to jail, and then now he get locked up, it's your responsibility to bail him out and get him a lawyer and make sure he's all right. Because it's your reasoning that got him there. Or should I say your photography? You know? So now check, right? This is all, like I said, it all started back in in May 2023.
Case telling fans via social media that he's tired of fighting.
Now, the reason why he's tired of fighting, that's where I was at before I lost my train of thought. I had a brain fart. You know what that is. Brain farted. Now, so what we was talking about is, where we at again? All right. All right. They re-indicted him. All right. They re-indicted him. They threw out a charge, then they picked it up and re-indicted him, right? So it's like the feds, the feds, like my co-defendant, because remember, we all riding. My co-defendant, right? My co-defendant, he had a body in the case, right? He went to court, trial on that same M charge twice. 2 times. And had a hung jury both times.
And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky say they will meet Monday at the White House. The news coming hours after Trump's high-profile Alaska summit with Russian leader Vladimir Putin, which ended without a deal or an agreement to end the Kremlin's 3-year war on Ukraine. It was Putin's first time back on U.S. soil in more than a decade. He received a grand welcome, complete with a military flyover and a red carpet rollout. After their 3-hour sit-down, Putin said he and Trump had reached an understanding. President Trump returned to Washington, D.C. early this morning, speaking with Zelensky and other European leaders on the flight home. Nancy Cordes begins our coverage in Anchorage, Alaska. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. Yeah, and President Trump used that 7-hour flight back to Washington, D.C. to hit the phones. He spoke to Zelensky. He spoke to NATO leaders to brief them on what he had discussed with Putin. And in that Truth Social post this morning, he said that he is meeting with Zelensky on Monday and that if that conversation goes well, he will then set up a meeting for all three leaders. But if Putin made any concrete steps towards peace in this summit, President Trump did not reveal them, either here in Alaska or on his way home. President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin both left Alaska Friday, hours ahead of schedule, after a 12-minute public appearance in which they did not take questions.
There were many, many points that we agreed on, most of them, I would say, a couple of big ones that we haven't quite gotten there.
President Trump didn't elaborate, leaving many to wonder whether the two leaders made any true progress towards a ceasefire in Ukraine.
Now it's really up to President Zelensky to get it done.
In an interview before heading home, Trump seemed to suggest it was now Ukraine's responsibility.
Well, I think the meeting was a 10 in the sense that we got along great, and it's good when, two big powers get along, especially when they're nuclear powers.
The two men did get along, especially at the start of the summit, when President Trump greeted Putin on the tarmac like an old friend and even invited him to ride in his armored vehicle. It was Putin's first time meeting with an American president since he invaded Ukraine 3.5 years ago. Since then, tens of thousands of Ukrainians have been killed. Even more Russian soldiers have died.
Mr. Putin, will you commit to not killing any more civilians?
All told, yesterday's sit-down lasted about 3 hours. A second scheduled meeting was canceled. As Trump flew back, the White House posted this picture of Trump pointing and glaring at a bemused Vladimir Putin, even as Trump backed away from his threat to impose tougher economic sanctions if there's no deal.
Well, because of what happened today, I think I don't have to think about that. Now, I may have to think about it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something, but we don't have to think about that right now. I think the meeting went very well.
In his Truth Social post this morning, President Trump said everyone has agreed.
Wage war. on the cartels, which we are doing.
Trump has officially waged war on the cartels, and now the US Army has made a major move. In a surprise border raid, a high-level cartel group was captured. What they smuggled, who they were connected to, and what they revealed under interrogation could bring the entire operation crashing down. They never saw it coming. At exactly 4:37 a.m., just miles from what locals call Cartel Island along the Rio Grande, a covert U.S. military task force, outfitted with infrared drones, Black Hawk helicopters, and ground units from the 75th Ranger Regiment, stormed what would become one of the largest cross-border narco operation takedowns in recent memory. The raid uncovered makeshift bunkers filled with high-powered weapons, encrypted communication systems, and caches of fentanyl precursors, and, more chillingly, military-grade body armor tagged with insignias not from Mexico, but from China. You heard that right. The cartels are stockpiling for war, and foreign governments might be arming them. And while the media scrambles to figure out what just happened, this expose is going to take you deep inside what the cameras won't show. Because what we're about to reveal is just the beginning. Let's start with the moment the war turned.
The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security.
These weren't just words. That speech, delivered by President Trump during his 2025 address to Congress, was the opening salvo. What followed would rewrite decades of cross-border policy. As he stood at the podium that night, surrounded by grieving mothers and blood-soaked Border Patrol reports, Trump did something no U.S. president had dared to do before.
2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations. They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them.
That wasn't just political rhetoric. That reclassification meant open season. The gloves were off. Federal authorities now had the power to target cartel leaders the same way they target jihadist warlords, with surveillance, asset freezes, drone strikes, even military action. And that's when the dominoes started falling. But first, you need to understand why this matters. Why now? Why was the US military even allowed to cross that line? Why were active duty soldiers, not DEA or Border Patrol, deployed on American soil to engage what essentially amounted to a paramilitary force in waiting? The answer lies in the fentanyl crisis, in the piles of young bodies from Ohio to Oregon, in the tears of every American parent who lost a child to the product the cartels built empires on. Trump made it very clear.
The United States has lost 300,000 people a year. Think of that. I don't know. I mean, how many people, everybody you meet said, I lost my daughter, I lost my son to drugs, to fentanyl.
Fentanyl has become America's silent war. And make no mistake, the cartels aren't just trafficking it, they're weaponizing it. And if you think that's just fear-mongering, consider this. According to former cartel operatives, men who lived and killed within that world, cartel factions have military wings, trained hit squads, surveillance drones, even child soldiers. This isn't the mafia, this is insurgency. And for some, like this man, a former sicario turned whistleblower, there was no illusion left.
They maintain them with crystal meth, with cocaine. Obviously, the people that would do drugs, you would see them lasting 3 months, 2 months. They would end up getting murdered. So for us as sicarios, it'd be something easy to spot the enemy sometimes because of their drug use, because of the way that they would act in under stress or under pressure from the cartels or from the government. I think it's just more like they're using them as, how you say it, cattle for the slaughter. If you're a professional, you know that what you do is you just put 2 in the chest and 1 in the head. That's it. It's better to have them dead than to have them to have evidence where the government will be able to incriminate you.
Let that sink in. Young kids, many kidnapped, drugged into submission, then used as human bait or cannon fodder in cartel battles. Addicts turned into meat shields, and now it's happening at the US border. This is why the military was called in. The plan? Simple. Cut off the head. US intelligence, with help from decrypted cartel burner phones, traced a key meeting between Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG lieutenants, and foreign arms dealers just miles from the southern border. And when the signal came in, they struck. By dawn, the compound was burning, but something even more explosive was was recovered, receipts for weapons traced back to rogue arms flowing in from Eastern Europe, and disturbingly, also via Chinese suppliers. That's when this story stopped being just about drugs or gang violence. It became about global war. A Pentagon source, who we'll refer to only as Bravo, confirmed to us that they're currently investigating whether foreign intelligence services are funding cartel militarization as a way to destabilize the US from within. If confirmed, it would mean narco warfare has evolved into proxy warfare, and for US citizens, that's terrifying. Now let's pause for a second, because we know this sounds like a movie script, but everything we've shown you so far is documented, verifiable, and backed by public statements, interviews, and confessions. Don't believe us? Here's Joe Rogan interviewing former US Special Forces about how real this is.
The cartels have men. They own the ground. They have technicals. They have machine guns. They have everything an army has, right? And they've had decades to train waiting for this.
And that raises a dangerous question. Now let's talk about the actual takedown. The raid was codenamed Operation Copper Fang, and while the Pentagon hasn't officially acknowledged it, multiple military intelligence leaks have painted a chilling picture of what happened just south of Del Rio, Texas, where cartel strongholds reportedly began militarizing and storing large quantities of tactical fentanyl intended to be deployed, not smuggled. Yes, deployed, as in used. This wasn't just trafficking anymore, this was chemical warfare, and according to sources from inside ICE and CBP, this cache was different, much different. It included aerosol-ready dispersal systems, fentanyl precursors embedded in e-cigarette pods, and horrifyingly, laced children's vitamins labeled in Mandarin. This isn't smuggling, this is terrorism. But how did we get here? How did the cartels become this bold, this militarized? The truth is, they've been preparing for this moment for years, and we ignored the signs. We brushed off the mutilated bodies that hung from Mexican overpasses. We ignored the reports of mass graves. We looked the other way when entire Mexican police units were wiped out overnight, and now they've brought it to our door. Let's rewind, back to where this began. You see, cartel evolution didn't happen overnight. It began decades ago, but a key turning point came in the early 2010s when groups like Los Zetas and CJNG started recruiting not just street dealers, but former military, trained snipers, and even rogue special forces operatives from Mexico and Central America.
You have to understand that the cartels is two branches: the ones that traffic the drugs and the military side of the cartel as well. I went to a location once for the Familia Michoacana. They had 5 tons of cocaine. They also had a how do you call it? How do you say it? Laboratorio? Laboratory of methamphetamine. I've never been towards that side of moving drugs or anything like that, because obviously you're talking about high quantities of drugs. I was more addicted to adrenaline of what I could do with the rifle, what I could do with the pistol.
What you're hearing isn't some Netflix dramatization. That's from a real man who worked for the Sinaloa cartel and La Familia Michoacana, detailing how modern cartels mirror military organizations with their own code of conduct, ranks, weapons, and supply chains. These aren't criminals. These are combatants. And while America waged wars across the globe, cartels quietly took over entire Mexican provinces. They now control oil pipelines, local governments, prisons, even political candidates.
I've seen a lot of violent things, and I would have to say this time it was a time where they picked up like around 12-15 people. Not all of them were enemies, you know. Sometimes you're in the wrong moment at the wrong time, and for hanging around with the wrong crowd, you get involved. And there was women and men. I didn't take part. Our group had just arrived in the ranch where this was taking place. Another group was obviously gonna was gonna execute them, but they were obviously recording everything to send the message to the rivals. And they went at it with axes and chainsaws. And they dismembered everybody.
Why would they do that?
So basically, they want to put out a message.
And you're telling me we still don't treat them like terrorists? Let's be real. The cartels don't care about borders. And thanks to decades of US political inaction, they've been operating inside the United States for years. Here's what most Americans don't know. According to a 2019 DEA threat assessment, Mexican cartels maintain drug distribution cells in nearly every major US city. Let that sink in. Every major US city. And now they're not just importing drugs, they're importing warfare. Remember this?
You want to have skin that looks so terrible, take fentanyl. We're going to show what these drugs are doing to you. Nobody's done that before.
That anti-drug campaign wasn't just about awareness. It was psychological warfare. You flood the internet with the grotesque effects of fentanyl use. You destabilize its glamorization. Because for too long, this was the problem. The cartel culture wasn't feared, it was idolized. Think that's an exaggeration?
You can literally go to Sinaloa and buy narco merch. You know, you got the hat with whoever's face on it. You can even buy like religious regalia that is paying homage to narco leaders.
This isn't just a drug war, this is a culture war, and we've been losing until now. And yet, even as we start fighting back, the cartels have a backup plan, and it doesn't involve tunnels, it involves Canada. While we were looking south, they moved north. While Americans were fixated on the southern border, while headlines screamed about Texas, Arizona, and drone footage of cartel convoys crossing the Rio Grande, the real infiltration was happening quietly, elegantly, in plain sight, not in Tijuana, not in Juarez, but in British Columbia, in Alberta, in suburban neighborhoods where the biggest concern used to be potholes and hockey, because as soon as President Trump designated the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and Operation Copperfang began disrupting fentanyl shipments across Mexico, Sinaloa and CJNG did something unthinkable. They moved operations to Canada, and they did it with such precision, such strategy that no one noticed, except for one.
It's all happening in Canada now. No one else is clocking it, and it's so obvious.
That's investigative reporter Ali Bradley, who embedded herself in both Mexican border zones and Canadian gang circles. And what she uncovered? Chilling. Canadian suburbs weren't just housing labs, they were becoming cartel havens. Picture this: a $600,000 detached home in Surrey, British Columbia, children playing outside, barbecues on the back porch, and inside, a fentanyl super lab, disguised under fake HVAC permits, protected by local gang affiliates, and operating 24/7, with Chinese precursors arriving by sea through the port of Vancouver, where, brace yourself, less than 1% of cargo is inspected by authorities. Only 1% of incoming cargo is inspected at the port of Vancouver. Let that sink in. The largest western gateway into Canada, now the cartel's express lane into North America. And what makes this even more insidious? They didn't need visas, because Canadian tourist visas for Mexican nationals are shockingly easy to obtain. And once inside Canada, there's no southern border wall, no patrol, no radar, just 5,000 miles of unguarded US-Canada border, where a man can ride a dirt bike across the forest and into Montana in under 20 minutes. That's how they're getting in, not through tunnels, through trees. So how did we get here? How did Canada, America's peaceful neighbor, land of maple syrup and Mounties, become a hub for narco-terrorism? It started with a crack in immigration. As reported by CTV News, the RCMP had already been investigating rising Mexican cartel ties as early as 2021, but they didn't know how deep it went. They didn't know the labs were already here.
And there would always be like a random meth lab explosion in Abbotsford, or, you know, this is like a smaller city. And then these turned into fentanyl labs that were completely under the radar, because we also didn't have Canadian law enforcement like patrolling these areas to an extent that they would patrol like a large city like Vancouver or Toronto.
So how did this go unnoticed? Because nobody was looking. Canadian officials never bothered to classify cartels as national security threats. Why? Because they thought the war on drugs was an American issue. But here's the problem. The cartels don't care about international policy. They care about routes, access, profit, and Canada was perfect. 1. No wall. 2. Minimal customs checks. 3. Friendly visa process. 4. A silent suburban sprawl where you can vanish. They teamed up with existing Canadian gangs, like the Red Scorpions, Brothers Keepers, and the United Nations Gang, who already had infrastructure, weapons, and control over regional ports and trucking networks. And what did they offer in return? Quadrupled profits.
So you move these precursors, the movement is now no longer coming into Mexico. It's coming into Canada. You set up shop, you increase profit. You tell all these guys that are already there, hey, look, if you let us, Sinaloa or Jalisco, in to work with you guys, we're going to quadruple profits.
That's not hyperbole. Let's do the math. A single kilo of fentanyl sells for about $30,000 in Mexico. In the US, up to $1.5 million when cut and distributed in smaller units. So imagine the profits when you cut out the border entirely, set up your lab in British Columbia, ship across the border in unmarked trucks, no middleman, no tunnel, no detection, just product, deadly product. And what happened next was predictable and devastating.
During the pandemic, more people at one point were dying of fentanyl overdose deaths than from COVID.
Yes, you heard that right. More than from COVID. But here's where the story gets darker. Because just when you think the problem is criminal, it becomes cultural. Cartel leaders are now worshipped in parts of Canada.
You can literally go to Sinaloa and buy narco merch. You got the hat with whoever's face on it. You can even buy like religious regalia that is paying homage to narco leaders.
Young men in British Columbia wear El Chapo hats. They drink El Mencho tequila. They tattoo themselves with CJNG insignias. And they're not even cartel members. They're fans, because thanks to social media and the failure of any serious cultural intervention, narco lifestyle has become a brand. TikToks, memes, music videos, murder, sold with a soundtrack. And while law enforcement struggles to even identify which labs are cartel-linked, because Canadian press releases don't legally disclose gang affiliations, the cartel network just keeps growing. Canada has no consistent tracking of cartel-linked drug labs. Even local police admit they're outgunned, outfunded, out-teched. Because here's the cold truth. Many of these operations are protected by encrypted Chinese-made comms, facial recognition security, and bulletproof real estate. Yes, real estate. Cartels are buying homes in Canadian cities outright in cash, laundering money while building bulletproof basements for storage and meetings. And the banks? They don't ask questions, because money is money. Let's rewind. Remember what happened when Trump labeled these cartels terrorists?
5 nights ago, Mexican authorities, because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before.
That sent shockwaves through the underworld. Suddenly, it wasn't safe in Mexico anymore. So the lieutenants fled, and guess where they went? Canada. Because if the US sends special ops into Mexico, that's war. But if they send them into Canada without permission, that's an international scandal. So the cartels are hiding in the one place America can't touch. But here's what they didn't anticipate. America has already started preparing Operation Northern Watch. A classified program we uncovered through internal DHS leaks, has begun mapping fentanyl networks operating north of the US. With help from whistleblowers and surveillance tech, they've begun identifying cartel-connected safe homes in Canada, and if push comes to shove, they'll strike. Because this isn't a war about drugs anymore, it's a war about sovereignty. This is no longer just about drugs. It's not even just about the cartels. What we're witnessing now, in real time, is a multi-front narco-insurgency, an emerging proxy war playing out not overseas, but across North America. And here's the terrifying part. They're winning. Cartels have slipped past the borders, past the headlines, past the political grandstanding. They've embedded themselves in the very infrastructure of our nations, in neighborhoods, in banking systems, in city councils, and, most disturbingly, in silence. Because what's happening now, and what federal officials are only beginning to admit behind closed doors, is that the cartels have grown too big to track, too connected to dismantle. And if something isn't done soon, not only will the US face continued chemical warfare via fentanyl, but it may also experience something we've never seen before, an organized cartel assault inside US borders. Sounds like fiction. It isn't. According to former US Special Forces operators, Joint Special Operations Command, JSOC, and DHS have already simulated scenarios where cartel-backed gunmen launch synchronized attacks on soft targets in border states like Texas, New Mexico, and California. And the intel is credible. Why? Because in January 2025, a convoy of heavily armed CJNG operatives was intercepted just 6 miles from Laredo, Texas. They weren't smuggling drugs. They were smuggling RPGs and body armor. So what was the plan? Federal agents still don't know, but DHS has already briefed select members of Congress that a symbolic attack may be imminent, not for strategic purposes, but to prove the cartels are untouchable. And now, new layers are being uncovered, because this war isn't just coming from Mexico anymore, it's being amplified by China. Let's break it down. Nearly all fentanyl precursors originate from China. In fact, despite diplomatic efforts and sanctions, over 90% of synthetic opioid materials trace back to Chinese chemical manufacturers. DEA, most fentanyl precursors come from China, and these aren't rogue labs. Many of these suppliers are either government-connected or receive state-level protection from inspection or prosecution. But here's the kicker. They aren't just selling to cartels, they're training them. According to internal intelligence memos leaked to the Epoch Times, Chinese actors have been discovered sharing communication encryption protocols, surveillance hardware, and digital laundering services with major players in CJNG and Sinaloa. And that's not speculation. It's been confirmed by US intelligence officials.
The cartels have men. They own the ground. They have technicals. They have machine guns. They have everything an army has, right? And they've had decades to train waiting for this. Number 2. And number 3, our government's compromise.
If that doesn't rattle you, it should, because this means the cartels don't just have the money, they now have the global alliances, and we're not ready. So what's being done? According to leaked DHS briefings, an operation called Northern Watch has been approved to run covert surveillance operations in Alberta, British Columbia, and Quebec, specifically targeting cartel-affiliated safe houses. Sources tell us this operation is a joint mission between JSOC, Joint Special Operations Command, CSIS, Canadian Security Intelligence Service, Homeland Security, and an unnamed division of the NSA responsible for cyber forensics. The goal? Shut down fentanyl production before it crosses into the US. But there's a problem. They can't act. Not yet. Because while Canada has acknowledged cartel presence, they've refused to designate them as terrorist organizations, which means any US intervention would be classified as a violation of sovereignty. And the US knows that a raid on Canadian soil, even for the sake of national security, could spark an international incident. So we wait. We watch. But meanwhile, cartel money continues to flow. Let's talk about that money. How are the cartels making billions? It's not just drugs. They've gone full corporate. Fake shell companies, money laundering through real estate, and most disturbingly, crypto. Multiple IRS whistleblowers have revealed that CJNG and Sinaloa have begun using Monero and Privacy coins to wash fentanyl profits, often with the help of US-based crypto exchanges that refuse to implement compliance standards. Cartels increasingly using cryptocurrency to launder drug profits. And guess what? That money is going straight back into weapons, recruitment, and political influence. Yes, political. There are now credible reports that cartel-affiliated intermediaries have begun bribing officials in local governments, not just in Mexico, but in US border counties. A 2023 DHS Inspector General report flagged multiple red zone districts in Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico, where local law enforcement was found to have compromised relationships with suspected cartel operatives. The same cartels that President Trump labeled terrorist groups. Now ask yourself, what happens when a terrorist organization controls part of your own country and you're legally barred from removing them? What happens when they've bought the judges, the police chiefs, the mayors? What happens when they embed themselves so deeply that removing them causes political collapse? That's what DHS is now confronting. And it's why there's a growing push from inside the Pentagon to launch something even more drastic. A cross-border military task force, codenamed Task Force Leviathan. This rumored coalition, still classified, would include elements of Delta Force, Navy SEALs, US Cyber Command, AI-assisted drone squadrons for long-range fentanyl lab detection. Their mission? Not to arrest, to eliminate. Let's bring it back. Where does this leave us? Because for all the headlines, all the press conferences, all the promises, the truth is simple. The cartels are more powerful today than they were a year ago. More embedded, more militarized, more global. And while Operation Copper Fang delivered a massive blow, it wasn't a death blow. It was a warning, a shot across the bow. And if this administration, or the next one, doesn't go all in, then we're going to see something America has never experienced before. Urban warfare on US soil. So what can we do? First, call this what it is. Narco-terrorism, not drug trafficking, not gang violence, not border issues, terrorism. Second, demand legislative parity. If MS-13 and CJNG can be labeled FTOs, they must be treated like Al-Qaeda. Frozen accounts, no-fly lists, predator drones if necessary. Third, and this is the hardest, secure the northern border. Yes, the south is porous, but the north is wide open. The cartels already know it. The question is, will America admit it? Because if we don't, it's the end for us.
Cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Trump has officially waged war on the cartels, and now the US Army has made a major move. In a surprise border raid, a high-level cartel group was captured. What they smuggled, who they were connected to, and what they revealed under interrogation could bring the entire operation crashing down. They never saw it coming. At exactly 4:37 a.m., just miles from what locals call Cartel Island along the Rio Grande, a covert U.S.
And if you think you got money, you ain't really got money. You just frugal. Hey, we live, man?
Yeah, man.
Okay, hand me those papers over there. Oh my God, somebody please say it ain't so. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Docs Daily, where you get highly classified documentations from me, your boy, Sean Blasey. And tonight, we talking about your brother, not my brother. We talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. This young lady he called himself exposing is now exposing him. And he don't have nothing to say about it. He been AWOL since they took his school. Now they're alleging that he's a pimp. Dr. Umar Johnson raised over $1 million from Black women. All of the mean things he said about the snow bunnies. You know damn well they wasn't contributing a damn thing. He act like he had a problem with Latin women. Brothers wasn't trying to see that man raise their kids, and they can't even raise their own damn kids. It was women that was giving Dr. Umar Johnson all that money. Come to find out, not only was he claiming that this young lady was the throat goat, but he had a couple of throat goats, and they were sending all different types of things. He was surviving off of black women. Can you believe it? Y'all got to listen at this. Reg, get this set up, man. Y'all listening? Yo, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button too. Without further ado, we're about to get into this news, man. Let's get it.
King. I guess I'll speak to it. What do I feel about New Jersey? I don't feel no way about New Jersey. I feel like this man is speaking death into his situation. He's been doing that for a while. He hasn't caught on that he's not favored. I am. Ever since I came out, his shit's been crumbling. It ain't no coincidence. It ain't no coincidence. Evil is not going to prevail in this. It can't. He's saying that this is his mission. He's on his path. People have been put on your path.
Let's be clear, y'all. Let's be all the way clear and direct. This woman ain't doing nothing but creating a smoke screen for Dr. Umar. She's still on the payroll. She's causing a distraction. She got people thinking about her instead of him. She done jumped into the spotlight. A woman like her would have never, ever got any type of attention for anything unless her cooking skills is off the chain on Instagram. But now she basking in celebrity. People speaking on her, people acting like she been out for a long time. She talking about ever since she came out, Dr. Umar's situation been crumbling. But she the dope goat. And why would she turn on her man? Why would he give her the alley-oop? It's look like he's still pimping the system. He's still pimping women out here. Y'all got to listen. I'm going to shut up about it. Y'all got to listen at this, man. Cut that off. Y'all listening? Okay, here we go. Come on.
To help you with this, if it was to be, it ain't no coincidence. Evil is not going to prevail in this. It can't. He's saying that this is his mission. He's on his path. People have been put on your path to help you with this, if it was to be, and you have fucked over every last one, including the councilwoman that reached out to your ass for 3 different times. That was your point of contact. You sat up there. Everything cross cancels out. You sat up there in the car, and he said that he been sending emails and this and that. Okay, but the point of contact reached out to him.
High net worth men in the upper echelon of the income bracket.
Hold on, y'all.
If you're completely out of shape, stop wasting your time.
Reached out to him. And he snubbed it 3 times. This is the person that could have issued a stay on the auction. They would have paused the auction. They would have gave you more time with the buildings to get them paid or whatever needs to be paid. You could have also gotten a little bit more time and maybe even some help with bringing down the balance that you had you reached out to the tax assessor's office, wherever. You could have got a lot of stuff done. And that's only 2 off the top of my head. And then the time that you did have to work, you brought this to your people right up to the last minute. You didn't want to save them buildings. And then y'all go look at IG. They playing on my damn phone. They're not even calling Wilmington. They told y'all to do it. We lost y'all money. Go get it. Go get it. We're going to play on Siobhan's phone. That's diabolical. Well, and not as bad as this. He berated all of them black people for buying, spending their money, how they spend their money. And so some of you sent him your money. And then he turned around and bought the same shit he told you not to buy. It's in his house. Don't spend your money. Send your money to me so I can spend. You got no.
We don't know where the scam coming from. Let's be real, man. We don't know who really getting paid, who running this. All we know is these people getting away with millions of dollars. People start fake beefs all the time just to get people to sway in the other direction. Now she got comebacks. People waiting for her next video to drop. She doing interviews all across the internet right now. Her celebrity is rising. She got that Dr. Umar tea while he's somewhere recuperating, getting his shit back together while this woman is creating a diversion. If he was able to use and abuse her before, what changed? He desperate. He needs some type of friction, and ain't nothing like a black man and a black woman at odds. That's gonna take the cake every goddamn time. This man studied psychology, and the way she all in the limelight, she went and got some new micros. She's working a job. At least that's how I feel about it. Y'all probably feel different about it. Let me know in the comment section.
Proof. Y'all, the man is swear, and I'm not gonna lie to you, but that man ain't gave y'all no proof for the present day stuff. Y'all have no proof. You just gotta take what he says, and you can clearly tell he's lying. He's not one of those people that can tell when other people can tell he's lying. He's a terrible liar. He like want to just tell lies and be like, oh, okay, you lying. He's not the man that could be in there teaching. He won't even get a job. He don't have no money invested in it. It was all y'all money. He started posting up love letters to himself on IG. That's a kick to the gut. There's a lot of babies' milk snatched out of their mouth. A lot. It's a special place for him. I'm telling you. It's a special hot place for him. And then
how she go from being the dope goat to being his number one enemy? I'm trying to see the transact. What gave her the confidence to feel like, oh, I'm gonna take his head out? Who gave her the gas? He gassed. We witnessed him gas her up. We witnessed him pass her the baton. He mentioned her by name like she was a popular person. People ain't know who the fuck who he was talking about. He put her full name out there. He started hyping her up. He talking about Medea, like we know who he is. The same thing with his daughter. He put a battery in her back. This chick come out with a Dr. Umar Johnson beef. He like, oh, we didn't even know he had kids. He been creating a diversion to get away from this school, get out of this black consciousness madness. He been trying to debunk this shit and skate with that cash for a long time now. And he been putting people on jobs. You can't tell me. Matter of fact, let me show y'all something real quick. Yo, shout out to all the people watching, all the people tuning in. So much love. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit the notification
Rates
button
go up
too.
the closer.
I know it's a Friday night and y'all got stuff y'all got to do, but for the people out there that's watching, man, so much love for each and every last one of y'all. Yo, Gage Gore, I see you, homie. Okay, let's get back into this. Let me show y'all something. He got his daughter involved. He got his ex, or whoever she's supposed to be, involved. He got all these people involved. They coming out at the right time with this bullshit. Hold on. Okay, y'all need to hear this, man.
I wasn't there for my daughter. And she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, Daddy, you're the reason I can't find good black love because you never validated me as a woman.
Hey TikTok, so I just wanted to come on here with a small short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to.
If you got to start it off With you not trying to get clout, that's exactly what the hell you trying to do.
Have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life.
Why is she giving me Tia Kemp vibes? Y'all see what's happening here? The world is a stage. People don't figure out how to get a bag. People don't figure out how to entertain people and create shows out of nothing and generate some cash. It's an easy come up. And Dr. Umar Johnson been spreading the wealth on the situation. If you want to escape and you're not trying to be in a favorable light and you don't want that responsibility, your best bet is to turn into a villain. And that's exactly what this man been doing.
You just keep going with it. Keep going with it. At some point, you got to wake up. I really think he let them buildings go on purpose. Knowing him, he let them go on purpose. And then he had the audacity to stay up in New Jersey. He looking for another building. With what money? And if you got money, why can't you?
Hold on, man. I could see the book. This woman is way past her prime, man. There's no way she gonna jump out the window without his assistance, man. While people waiting for the details and trying to get the information, get the scoop on what's really going on with Dr. Umar Johnson. Now he can bicker with this chick back and forth all day and it really don't have to give no details. He could talk about fishy coochie, dookie booty, the throat goat, and people gonna gravitate towards that than what's really going on with the money and where the donations is really going. He got this WWE going on with these black women's. And the saddest part about this is he picked the lowest targets he could ever have, man. He not going to war with no law department, no police department. He ain't beefing with the sheriff. He ain't going back and forth with no type of authority. His biggest issues, he got 99 problems, and each of them 99 problems is a female. But that's how he able to escape and run off with the bag. And if you ask me, I feel like they are assisting him in these times that we're in because not that long ago, wasn't nobody really checking for Dr. Umar Johnson like that. People weren't really concerned about his involvement with the ladies, but they talking about him like he a porn star. Like Dr. Umar just slanging them down left and right. He a dirty black man and all that type of shit. And that's perfect when you don't want, like I said, when you don't want the responsibility. Being a piece of shit, take all the responsibility off the table. Ask all single fathers out there that do shit intentionally just to be labeled a piece of shit. They'll go out their way and do some old gutter bucket shit just so they won't have theirs. So people won't call them and expect certain things out of them. So this is right up his alley, man. Okay, it's a few things I want to get into tonight. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds like I'm all over the place, but the information I've been receiving about the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, Dr. Umar Johnson allegedly is planning on relocating to Africa. So we not clear on how much money he's been holding. And if he got a drug problem, like how they say he got a drug problem, it's a possibility he gonna be out there leaning and rocking with it in them streets of Philly before it's all said and done. We got a junkie on our hands here. But there's a whole bunch of distractions and disturbances because the word is he been pimping on black women's, just like any pastor or any priest out there. That's how you get rich in the ghetto if you got the gift for the gab. We all witnessed it. We all seen it, and it's unfortunate. That's the way it is, but it been that way. And Dr. Umar Johnson is the modern day Dr. Luther King. I seen the FBI files, and it ain't Black History Month, so I can sort of kind of get away with saying what I just said. And on top of that, everything you hear in this video was alleged allegations and speculations anyways. So you can't hold me accountable for none of this. I'm a piece of shit like Dr. Umar Johnson. You can't hold me accountable for nothing, man. You can't trust me in your bathroom with the toilet seat down. I ain't gonna lift that motherfucker up. The point I'm trying to make is that there's a bunch of willing females out here that's willing to help a man self-destruct. Now, if you really trying to do something big, you trying to do something important, it's going to be hard for you to find loyal supporters. But seeing how Dr. Umar Johnson was able to keep this school for 13 years and never open the doors to the public, guess who was supporting him all along? Guess who was sending him? They knew he wasn't worth a shit. If they had any inclinations that Dr. Umar Johnson was worth a damn, they would have been hesitant about sending their money. They would have said, oh, well, the white man going to take care of him. Oh, Becky going to send him. I might as well keep my money because he really got a head on his shoulders. He going to get a grant from the city or something talking like that. Oh, that brother will be all right. I'm going to keep my money in my pocket because he look like he got it together. But when you out here with that fried chicken, and you trying to get the food truck rolling so you could sell the cheesesteaks to the kids and all that bullshit, when you out here trying to do something extra ghetto that don't make no goddamn sense, people gonna be throwing their money at you. And when they see you in the alleyway, in the rain smoking crack, that's when they get to shake their head and say, that nigga ain't shit, when they knew it all along. I need y'all to hit them likes. Because like I said, it's a bunch of information we're about to be getting into tonight. And I ain't even got started yet. I want y'all to listen to one of the Smolleys. You know, Jussie Smollett, Jury Smollett. They all their names got a J in it. Jareen Smollett. Y'all need to listen to Juicy Smollett. And she talking about Dr. Umar Johnson. Y'all got it because she cold with it. I wouldn't even put her on my show if she wasn't cold with it. Y'all got to listen to this, man.
Long time no talk. I wanted to touch on this whole Dr. Umar debacle. If you know me, you've seen my commentary through the years. And if you know my personal life of some of the things that I've gone through with my own family, you probably understand how much this actually disgusts me to see so many people defending him. I wrote something on Facebook and I just want to read it to you because if not, I'm probably going to get too upset. But I have a point and a purpose to say this. And I hope that people...
Hold on, wait, y'all. Before I continue, I'm going to let it be known. She not one of the Schmalays or nothing like that. I just made that up because she look like whoever she is, man. I ain't trying to get sued like Shannon Sharp for saying false stuff about people with her face all in the... I don't know this is who she is. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to her. Y'all check out her stuff. She going in on Dr. Umar. Okay, listen at this.
Our people can wake up one day. I said Dr. Umar is the personification of my frustration with the Black conscious community as a whole. He abuses men, women, and children physically, financially, and verbally, and he still gets defended. He still receives sympathy.
Wow, she ain't got no baby daddy. Ain't nobody say nothing about Dr. Umar Johnson assaulting nobody physically. She exercising her hatred for a Black man on YouTube, going at somebody she never met, somebody she don't even know, while her baby's crying in the background and she don't know where they daddy at.
Of my frustration with the Black conscious community as a whole. He abuses men, women, and children physically, financially, and verbally, and he still gets defended. He still receives sympathy. He still gets the benefit of the doubt. He should have been punished swiftly and severely and without mercy 20 years ago. It's so hard for me to keep faith in our collective when we allow our abusers reign of our people, whether it's the CIA, the conscious community, or our own families. If you are Black, you will never be protected. Your abusers will always be allowed to the cookout. They can hurt you as much as they want. Your mother,
It's too much pain and misery in the Black community, man. It's way too much of this shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it's a nigga somewhere right now plotting on a barbecue. I know it is. And if you the only Black person that feel like you fed up with Black people, think again. There's motherfuckers walking around right now mad as hell at Black people. And you mad as hell at him because he Black. And they mad as hell at y'all because y'all Black. It's somebody riding past looking at all y'all angry Black folks mad because y'all Black. And y'all mad. Black people is mad about the Black situation, man. People turn on these corny ass TV shows and drift off. They be watching Friends and shit, wishing they was one of the friends. Whenever you catch a Black person deep into one of them shows and stuff, they wish they was one of them goddamn characters. Them Star Wars fans and shit. They wish they was Luke Skywalker. People be watching and Live in Color. Out of all the niggas on the show, they was wishing they was Jim Carrey. So for her to be going on with this, man, moan and piss about it in the bathroom, we don't want to hear that shit, man. And I do apologize for wasting y'all time. But we don't want to hear that shit. We want to hear what Corey Holcombs had to say about Dr. Umar. Y'all need to listen at this.
I'm going to go back to 2010. It don't take since if you're going to open a school, you would have opened it by now. You older, you overweight, you are not going to be out here another 20 years preaching about a school.
Damn.
Yo, what's up? This bruh, man, from... Let's go.
I mean, like, yo, man, this is something that has gotten so bad, I couldn't help but weigh in on it. There's a brother, calls himself a doctor. Everybody on the internet who calls themselves a doctor, it makes me do this. What's that, Chuck D. Look?
This is what Ivy League universities you can get into with a 3.6
Wait a minute,
GPA.
y'all hold up.
I mean, there are some doctors in the Black internet space that are legitimate doctors. Most of them have questionable doctor credentials. It's been trendy to call yourself a doctor, but just like the other doctor, you've become undone. You've become undone. This brother, Dr. Umar, who is a great speaker, uses his speaking ability as a weapon against the lame. What is lame? What's the definition of lame, brother?
Any nigga still wearing FUBU.
Hey, nigga, fuck y'all, man. Craig on this motherfucker.
No, I'm joking.
All right, can you read it where we can hear it? What is the definition of lame? A person naive or socially inept. He has been working lames for a long time. But there's more to it that I want to put my spin on with it. First of all, I knew he wasn't 100 with it when he faked the phone call. When he was into it with somebody and you saw it, it's so funny. I watched it probably 1,000 times.
Yeah.
When he was arguing with somebody and he acted like his goons was calling. He was like, no, hold on, here they go. Hello? No, man, I got this. I got this. Then his phone said, Nigga, do you know how hard I was laughing, dog? I said, dude, you played yourself in front of anybody that's 100.
Oh man, you know, this is sad to see, but Dr. Umar don't care. People don't already send him the money. Now people sitting around talking just like how he knew they would. Any heist is worth receiving some hate. He got comedians on the comedy circuit cracking Dr. Umar Johnson jokes. He another villain in Gotham City. All he got to do is escape America, and I'm pretty sure that's in the works. When he get down to the motherland barefoot with a pocket full of cash, when he's sitting under the damn coconut tree and the coconut hit him upside the head, you know he gonna bust out laughing. You know he gonna be laughing while that blood pouring down his face because he got your mama money. And on top of that, he calling her the throat goat amongst his friends. He done slept with so many men's mamas. He done grope so many men's aunties. It's not even funny. Them old ass ladies open their legs. You would have thought Don King popped out of their box. They hairy snaggle hairs. Gripping Dr. Umar Johnson by his waist, squeezing his booty, smacking his ass, calling him daddy. Now he in Africa, barefoot, muddy toes with your mama money. And all these celebrities can do, all these entertainers, all these bloggers, all these comedians, all these rappers rapping about Dr. Umar Johnson. And he out there with all your mama money. Fine ass old ladies too. He even had Sukihana sucking. He might come back to America with a cat suit on, calling himself T'Challa. And y'all ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. You got fat ladies doing blogs. Old gray head, big mama, Medea chicks doing blogs. His daughter looking like Tia Kemp. She got a comb head. He don't want nothing to do with her mother. Tariq Nasheed got on the dashiki talking about it. He need to go back to pimping. When you check your shea butter and you look on the bottom of the bottle and you see that FDMG on the bottom of the shea, just know that you paid Dr. Umar Johnson just like the rest of the dummies. Black consciousness is mustiness in 2025. It's musty, it's funky, and it's stank. That's all it is. When somebody come to you talking that conscious shit, just look at their armpits. It don't matter what color they got on. You will find them yellow patches. Did I say enough to make y'all hit that like button? Or do I need to keep going with that bullshit? Because I figure I said a whole lot to get them likes up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's taking y'all so long. Like I said, shout out to all the people in the building. What it do? Gage go, I see you, homie. You over there holding it down. He said, Dr. Umar ain't never gonna have mayonnaise on his elbows, though, allegedly. He putting mayonnaise all over a lot of chicks out there. They seen him on the Breakfast Club. Next thing you know, they was all up in his DMs. Them black boys need a prison over a school. They playing that Call of Duty all day. Now they in the street looking for their ops. I don't think there's no way to save the ghetto because people too comfortable being ignorant. It's the thing to do. You could get a chick faster being the dummy than you ever could being the damn genius. The smarter you are, the harder it's going to be for you as a black male. Unless you trying to move out to the suburbs or something, unless you want a woody with a booty, that's the only way it's going to make sense. You're going to have to pull up in a drop top and ghost ride the whip in front of them chicks if you're really trying to get some play, man. It all depends on what your flavoring is, and some people gotta keep it lemon pepper. Dr. Umar Johnson ain't do nothing wrong when he said he was gonna build that school. But when he actually bought the school, that's when people thought he lost his damn mind. He would have been better off talking about it for 13 years instead of actually having the building. Come to find out, he put that shit together with some trailers or whatever the case is, man. It could have been Photoshop. I don't know nobody that ever been to the school. There's nobody that could testify they stepped foot up in the school. He could have paid them people to put the sign on the building. He could have paid them people just to put the sign on the building, y'all. One thing for sure, he ain't got the school no more. But the coldest part about all of this is the allegations that he was pimping sisters. He was taking their money and taking their honey. These women willingly reached in a purse and gave that man their hard-earned money because he got a dream. And the only dream he really had was pulling down their drawers while they kids in the other room sleeping. These badass kids ain't got no curfews, so he was getting it in with their mothers at 4 a.m. It's disgusting when you think about it, because he all out of shape. And they showed the woman he was sleeping with, and she out of shape too. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Yo, I'm just fooling around until we get them likes up, to be honest with y'all. I'm waiting on y'all. Because, like 10 more likes and we can get back into the video. In the meantime, I'm just going to be rambling a little bit. It's a cold world we living in, because don't nobody give a damn about the kids. Let's be honest about it, man. Don't nobody give a damn about no kids. These kids left to fend for themselves, man. These kids out here looking for love in all the wrong places. It damn sure ain't at home. At least back in the day, you can go to school and get some love from a counselor, maybe a teacher that finds some favoritism in your ass. Now the teachers fed up. They ain't getting paid for what they be doing. The teachers really don't give a fuck about these kids, man. The only thing that care about these kids is them damn iPads. And the kids know it. They ain't got a friend or hug. If it wasn't for this damn technology, these kids wouldn't have no friends, no nothing. I remember, I'm still waiting for them likes. I remember when I was coming up, kids would be on the chat line and all that shit, sneaking to be on the chat. You call the damn numbers, a whole bunch of people talking at the same time, and you trying to outshout another motherfucker just to be heard. But now, these kids got so many ways to interact with people they ain't never met, probably ain't never gonna meet. It's crazy, man. And the reason why they feel the need to do some shit like that is because they ain't getting no love at home. It's all the way fucked up. People was expecting Dr. Umar Johnson to love their kids because they don't know how to. That was the whole hustle. He promised people that he will love their black boy. If don't nobody want them, Dr. Umar want them. Send they black asses to me. I will take your black sons and love them like their father never could. If that ain't the greatest hustle for a black man to do, to be a father figure for a community, shit. Now he's stepping out on all his whatever. Them kids that was supposed to be going to his school, they was waiting to go to his school so Dr. Umar Johnson could be their father. Because for all you men out there that's real fathers, and I know it's a lot of y'all out there, all y'all men out there that's real fathers, would you would have had sent your kid to Dr. Umar Johnson school knowing that he in there playing daddy? I don't think a real man No, I wouldn't do no shit like that. If I did have kids, I wouldn't imagine me sending my kids to Dr. Umar Johnson School. Let me see how many likes we got. We got 11 likes. I guess I'm just gonna be talking. I should have made me some coffee or some shit, because I'm just gonna be on here talking till we get them likes up. But yeah, it's a sad world we living in. So what's gonna be next as far as the black community? You know what? Now that I think about it, this may be the complete end of the black community as we know it, man. I think after this situation, people like the hell with the black community. We really not about to be trusting a black person with no money for anything, man. I think this whole Dr. Umar Johnson situation is going to be one of the major reasons why black businesses is going to be struggling. And if you got a black business, hide your hands. Whatever you promoting, whatever you serving, wear white gloves. That's the only way you're going to be able to make $1, man. Hide your face. Do like how I'm doing. Put a mask on and put your business on the mask. And do not show them black ass hands, because once they see them knuckles, they're going to be hesitant about giving you their money. So hide your hands and wear black gloves if you want to be a black business. So don't be on Etsy showing off your shit with them crusty. Don't be on Etsy showing off your shit with them crusty ass hands, man. Unless you got some gorgeous hands. Unless you got some dark and lovely hands. Show the I'll buy from that. And them nails better be on point. Your shit, pedicure, manicure, whatever they call it, you better have it. Because people is not trying to put no money in your dusty black hands. And don't fuck around and have no Aborigine hands and thinking somebody gonna give you some money. It ain't happening, man. Hire a hand model. Whatever your black business is, put a white motherfucker at the door. I always said, if I have a black business, it's gonna be a picture of a fat white man. As soon as you walk in the building, Mr. Doogie. He the CEO, the owner. Respect Mr. Doogie shit. Don't come in here with the mud all on your shoes. Greet people when they come in. Mr. Doogie would not like that. If y'all up in here disrespecting his shit, that's the only way it's gonna work. Dr. Umar Johnson just made it 10 times harder for a black brother to get any business out this bitch. But that's Negro here. Know that. Okay, we got them likes up. Y'all must have liked something I said. Thank y'all so much. All right, without further ado, let's get back into this. Y'all listening? Okay, here we go. Come on.
Put it on what you owe and save these bills out to buy. It's in his house. Don't spend your money. Send your money to me so I can spend it. You got no proof. Y'all, the man is swear, and I'm not gonna lie to you, but that man ain't gave y'all no proof for the present day stuff. Y'all have no proof. You just gotta take what he says, and you can clearly tell he's lying. He's not one of those people that can tell when other people can tell he's lying. He's a terrible liar. He like want to just tell lies and be like, oh, okay, you lying.
Just because she gave Dr. Umar head, she make it seem like she's an authoritarian over this nigga's life.
I guess it's me. I'm the throat goat. Yep, I'm 50, 60, 70 years old. I was with Dr. Umar's listen, child. He ain't shit. A gook. Yeah, I tossed his salad. I ain't say nothing when I was tossing that nigga salad, though. But you know, Dr. Umar.
She had her old ass tongue hanging out her mouth like Megan Thee Stallion for Dr. Umar Johnson. And she showing her face in public. She needed to take several seats with a cute filter on, still looking like an old ass lady. And you got some weirdos out there wondering what that ass look like. Boy, if you don't quit looking at Nana like that and have some respect for yourself, it should be an age limit, fellas. Because I know y'all be thinking ass is ass, but it really ain't, man. You got to respect yourself at some point. It don't matter what that booty doing. You got to be able to shake your head and say, no, I'm good because I'm a man that respect myself. Man, it'd be a chick looking like she 1,000 years old. But if that ass got waves, niggas gonna be looking. It's disgusting, man. I feel like everybody need to have standards. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, you might as well shoot for the moon and the stars. You better put some motherfucking some fine ass bitch on your wall. Just for the hell of it, man. Life too short to be with a damn duck. Dr. Umar Johnson, he must plan on living for a long ass time. Being with these old gray and bearded women, man. You must got a long life expectancy if you out here dealing with dusties. Like, it's all good. I'm gonna get me a bad bitch in a minute. You might not have another minute. Put a bad bitch on your wall and be a man. Cause this ain't worth it, man. I don't know what he was. Who raised? How he gonna raise black boys when he was raised all fucked up? He should have been like, oh no, hell to the no. He must ain't had no old black men in his life. Like, that ain't what it is, young blood. That ain't the way. You walk past a group of old black men with this chick, you holding her by her damn nubs and shit. You gripping her by the fat on the back of her arms, like, that ain't it, young blood. That ain't the way to go, son. Be an old man, jack you up, pull you to the side, like, that ain't it, man. That ain't it. Trying to tell you that ain't it, young blood. It ain't. Old black men get quiet, and that's when they start talking about they start mumbling. That's when you know they talking about your ass. Now, he's supposed to put the ham hocks in the pot. You know, put the ham hocks in the pot. What he doing with them? You're supposed to put the ham hocks in the pot. You done cuffed up the ham hocks. I'm so mad at Dr. Umar Johnson. If he had a little swag, man, do something about that goddamn beard. He got the nappy box, whatever that shit is, man. He need to cut all that shit off tonight and start over. Take them dashikis and shit and just burn them and get a whole new wardrobe. Cause this ain't it, man. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Y'all listening? Let me see if y'all still out there. Yeah, make sure y'all hit them likes too. Oh, we got some old school players in the building. What it do, baby? Let me see who else showed up. Got the most beautifulest girl in the world. Sorry, it's the melatonins. She know who she is. You know what I'm saying? And she a legend right here. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank y'all so much for tuning. Y'all get them likes up. We gonna get into what Tariq Nasheed had to say about it, because I got so much love and respect for Tariq Nasheed. Before we get into what he had to say about Dr. Umar Johnson, I want to share some stuff with y'all about Tariq Nasheed, man, because I really do respect this man because I feel where he coming from and everything. Okay, this the deal with Tariq Nasheed, right? For those of y'all that know, he started off with the player, the macking, and the pimping and all that shit. He had a fine little Asian thing on his book cover. And now he pro-black, pro-Africa, pro all that shit. And when he switched it up, because I was with the Mac lessons. I was soaking up the game, player. I was with that shit. Like, yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta be a motherfucking pimp. I thought it was cool. He had me listening to Sugar Free. And when I got my finger wave, that's when I really knew I was a Tariq Nasheed fan. But then he flipped it on some African, go back to Africa type shit. And I'm like, damn, what happened to the pimping? But then it dawned on me, he got older, you know what I'm saying? And as you mature, you're supposed to do more mature things. And on top of that, he got married, he got a beautiful wife, and he got some beautiful kids. So what he look like being a married man, talking about the pimps and the macking and all that shit. Because I was under the impression that he would never get married or he would never settle for a chick. But hey, you know, it is what it is. And I'm happy that he did because you gotta mature, you gotta change. And he wasn't afraid to change. But people accused him of hustling the black community. How many hidden colors? Let me see this. Man, when you thought he was done, he dropped another. He even had Dr. Umar Johnson on the Hidden Colors. You had, and like they say, birds of a feather flock together. So at one point in time, they was flocking. They was making money off of the black consciousness, the struggle with the Moors and the religion and the Hebrews and all that shit. Or King Flex Entertainment presents Hidden Colors 4. I think he dropped about 6 of these shits. But it's more noble than a pimp book. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they say that a lot of pastors used to be pimps. And then when they get old in the game, they want to do the right thing and they become pastors, but they still be using them pimp tactics to break a bitch. And they use the black community as the bitches to break. Do y'all get where I'm going with this? That's the only thing about this. So with that out the way, you know what I'm saying? I still got tremendous love and respect for Tariq Nasheed. And on top of all that, you can't knock the hustle. So I want to hear what he had to say about Dr. Umar Johnson. Y'all listening? Okay, here we go.
You know, he stood on lineage business here. And, you know, for a long time, Umar was saying that he was a descendant of, you know, Frederick Douglass. And then the Frederick Douglass family came out and said, no, that's not true. But that's another thing. Again, I'm not here to do a gotcha on the brother. I'm not trying to dogpile on him. I know a lot of people are kind of dogpiling on him. I don't want to go that route. I'm not trying to go there. But, you know, this was presented as it was going to be a pan-African institution meant to unify diasporic children and Afrocentric educators and all this stuff. And its failure after damn near, what, 2 decades, almost 2 decades of promises, it's being viewed as a symbolic collapse of Pan-African idealism without execution. You know, this is the reality. Pan-Africanism, it has really no tangible track record in America. You know, despite decades of rhetoric, and we've been talking about this lately, Pan-Africanism has produced very few institutions, schools, sustained infrastructure for Black Americans. It just hasn't. And this whole diasporic romanticism, it's being overshadowed by domestic realities. I'll say that.
He's still talking like a pimp about African American shit.
Now, Pan-Africanism, it kind of romanticizes these connections with Africa without really addressing the concrete daily struggles of what we got going on here. So that feel good Pan-African idealism, that's dead. Ain't nobody going for that no more. It's time for tangibles. You want to get things done. Nobody's doing the looking to Wakanda thing no more. It's just not there. Pan-Africanism is losing its cultural relevance, especially with the younger generation. A lot of young Black Americans are just disinterested in an unreciprocal diasporic alliance. People are now choosing lineage-based and practical movements. This is why the foundational Black American Renaissance is in full swing right now. Yeah.
Damn, this nigga sound tired. Like he done with the black people too. Tariq Nasheed sound like he fed up with black. He sound like he really don't want to talk about it. Like he don't give a fuck about Dr. Umar. He don't give a damn about black people. He don't give a damn shit about nothing. Damn, man, it's over. What we gonna do? People are over the black experience. Let's be real, man. Everybody's completely over the shit. People looking for another experience. And that's why I think they're gonna bring in the AI simulators like they've been talking about for years. It's gonna hit. And when it hit, black people gonna be on it like a motherfucker. When you can go into the virtual reality space as whoever you want to be, you ain't never gonna see that many Britney Spearses in your life. Like every time I turn around in this virtual reality world, all I keep bumping into is Taylor Swift out this bitch. Men and women. It'd be a big black man. He get into the simulator. Like, Craig, is that you? Like, totally. They're gonna be a valley girl. That's what's gonna happen. Man. Ain't nobody gonna choose to be Suki Hana in the AI verse. Ain't nobody gonna choose to be Coco Jones when they get to the damn AI virtual reality world. And if they do, they're gonna be trolling. If you find black people in the virtual reality world, they really gonna be white. Like, fuck, dude, I just wanted to try it one time. It's fucking cool, man. It's fucked up, but it's cool. It's gonna be a bunch of Mexicans. The black people ain't even gonna be black. The shit gonna be in reverse. I'm trying to tell you. And it's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? Just like Facebook hit, better yet, MySpace blew people's minds back in the day. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all, they about to drop some other shit. And people gonna be dying to get out of the black experience. Because, let me show y'all something. It's only gonna take a little bit. Okay, let's do this. How can I'm looking for the right way to do this. Okay, we can do it like this, y'all. The problem with the black experience is people get celebrated and awarded for bullshit. And knowing that you get celebrated and awarded for bullshit, people try to be the biggest bozos they could possibly be just to get celebrated. You see these niggas with them dreadlocks all over their head looking ridiculous. Like, why would somebody want to have them sideshow bob, the big crazy looking dreadlocks on their head? Because the more ridiculous you are, the more you gonna get celebrated in the black community. Let's look at this. And this is a one-time conversation. We don't do this all the time. The BET Hip Hop Awards, every year, it's a bigger clown. And they give these motherfuckers awards. He ain't even put no lotion on his nose. Look at his knuckles. His elbows ashy. He's ridiculous. He cockeyed and one of his eyes is white. And they gave him an award. this nigga 50-something years old. Look like one of the Parliament Funkadelic. Nigga named 2 Chainz. It don't get no more ridiculous than that. Oh my God. The most Y'all thought Ludacris was a jigaboo. This motherfucker take the cake and the cookies. Man, don't even get me started with this female Vanilla Ice shit. Nigga named Fetty Wap. When I first heard his name, I thought it was a birthday party or some shit. I'm looking in the air for the confetti and all. I don't know what the fuck. Fetty Wap. Oh my God, man. Get this nigga out of here. Cardi B, you got these, it's just all fucked up. But that's Negro no there. I'm gonna see if Tariq pick up and say something interesting, because this nigga sound like he ready to go to sleep. Listen at this.
Huh? And listen, that financial mismanagement, that the people are just tired of that. You know, these unpaid bills, and people are tired of that. That represents, that's what Pan-Africanism has always been, to be honest. It's something going on, something didn't get paid, something happened, something was mismanaged. It's always janky, right? It's just something janky. Even with Garvey, let's talk about when Garvey got the little ship. It was a janky ship. The ship was janky, and
With Monday.com's intuitive.
Okay, that brother, he over it. I'm over him. Damn, it was, shout out to Tariq Nasheed, man. He over the black experience. He can't even find no enthusiasm with this shit no more. Like Whitney Houston would say, black is whack. The shit played out, man. It used to be cool. It ain't cool no more. You got niggas like Dr. Umar Johnson pouring salt all in the game. You got these chicks out here treating white people better than every fucking body. And it's disturbing, man. You be in the store with a sister. You hear somebody kissing somebody's ass. You walk around the corner. It's some little old white lady with a MAGA hat on with a sister straight kissing her ass. I seen it. Then you got these brothers out here that'll bump into you and keep on walking. You hear that nigga chit-chatting and laughing. You walk around the corner. It's that same little white lady with the MAGA hat on. Shit played out, man. This Dr. Umar Johnson situation really put a nail in the black community's coffin. So what we gonna, all y'all beautiful black ladies out there, let me talk to y'all, man. All the beautiful Nubian sisters out there, I gotta have a little quick conversation with y'all. What y'all gonna do with them beautiful black faces now that Dr. Umar Johnson been called out for pimping black women, man? And y'all naturally beautiful too. I could see it in the little pictures and stuff. I ain't talking about the trolls. I'm talking about the real guy. Damn. Wait a minute. What the hell? That can't be a real person. I don't think none of them real people. But the point I'm trying to make is, what y'all gonna do now that Dr. Umar Johnson lost the school and it was people of your likeness that was giving him money in the first place? Is y'all gonna take that L, or y'all gonna do like y'all always do and say, hey, it wasn't me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That was them. Just because I'm a woman, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But the truth of the matter is, people looking at all y'all as being responsible for Dr. Umar Johnson to be able to do what he did. And on top of that, this woman could still be working for Dr. Umar Johnson while she making all these claims and speaking on him. She a celebrity all of a sudden because he put her in the limelight. This woman ain't got no album out. She ain't even got a Tubi movie. She ain't got no YouTube page. She ain't got shit. She motherfucker 100 years old. And now she get all the shine in the world because of him. So even though it looked like he in his darkest moment, he's orchestrating all of this off of the back of a system, man.
He's not the man that could be in there teaching. He won't even get a job. He don't have no money invested in it. It was all y'all money. He started posting up love letters to himself on IG. That's a kick to the gut. There's a lot of babies' milk snatched out of their mouth. A lot. It's a special place for him. I'm telling you. It's a special hot place for him. And then you just keep going with it. Keep going with it. You know, at some point, you got to wake up. I really think he let them buildings go on purpose. Knowing him, he let them go on purpose. And then he had the audacity to stay up in New Jersey. He looking for another building. With what money? And if you got money, why can't you put it on what you owe and save these buildings? There's this phantom check that's held up. I don't think it is. I think he got a little check from Don't Call Me White Girl. That's what he was waiting on. And that shit didn't hit. He called and checked the bank account and it wasn't there, and he figured it out. If that, you never know. You shouldn't even be guessing with this stuff. Everybody on the internet guessing, and the one person that got the answers, he can't give it to you, then you don't need to give your money to him. Where the hell else do they do that at? Where? Bold. That's bold. And y'all think sending your money is buying your blackness. Because if he's for you, then you're then you can keep your melanin. Fuck out of here. I told y'all that's the biggest coon we have. This is why people think he an agent. Because he really moved like an oppressor. He's really out here predatory.
And if you was topping him off, then what do that say about you? Do y'all feel me? We don't know who to trust in this internet space. And this is what it boils down to. When you think of the history of all of this, man, this is where we at with it today. Everybody's an entertainer.
XRP network will engulf Wall Street. In my opinion, this is absolutely correct. Let's dive into the details of what I mean and why it's so important to focus on these types of cryptocurrency ventures. If that's so, what am I getting at? Currently, I'm concentrating on utility projects that facilitate the most important use cases being investigated by influential parties outside of the cryptocurrency industry. Could you please tell me which use cases you meant? What do you mean by the big two, tokenization and stablecoins? Because once again, having stablecoins allows you to concentrate on tokenization. Then once everything is set up, you can focus on DeFi use cases. Consequently, these greatly simplify crucial use cases. Several things are taken into account when that is considered. Is that so? With the addition of 180 million to the XRP ledger, tokenization is an important consideration. The truth is that this is starting to expand considerably. To be more specific, it has risen by almost 52% in the last 30 days. Additionally, I'm keeping a careful eye on the XRP ledger because it contains a diverse array of tokenized assets, stable coins, stocks, real estate US treasuries, and non-US government debt, as is well known. Simply put, tokenized assets are simply increasing in value in a number of these networks at an alarming rate. But stocks are where our focus is mainly due to the fact that we will witness a growing number of stocks going on chain. You can see which stocks are trading on chain right now. Master, Exodus, Tesla, and the actual SPY are here. Additionally, there are CSPX, Apple, Google Circle, NVIDIA, and Coinazez, which is Coinbase. Everything is now on the blockchain. A lot of people are starting to tokenize stocks. Pay close attention to this, in my opinion. On-chain is also seeing the migration of index funds. One of the most significant financial revolutions in history is about to start. That's ridiculous, dude. Furthermore, we were updated by Bitwise's CIO, Matt Hogan. How optimistic Atkins sounded in his Project Crypto speech surprised even people who are familiar with cryptocurrency bullishness. 3 significant investment opportunities, in his opinion, will result from it: XRP, Ethereum, Solana, ADA, Ape SUI, NEAR, and other layers that enable tokenization and stablecoins. A and Uniswap are 2 examples of DeFi apps. Robinhood and Coinbase are 2 examples of super apps that combine cryptocurrency and traditional assets. The adoption of cryptocurrency technology is starting to skyrocket. Dude, the whole dissection is here. A Yahoo user did not publish the most upbeat piece regarding cryptocurrency that I have ever read on Twitter. It was authored by the chairman of the SEC. At last week's America First Policy Institute event, SEC Chair Paul Atkins discussed the United States' role as a global leader in the emerging field of digital finance. The moment to read it has come. For the next 5 years, it will be a reliable investment guide. The chairman shares his predictions for the future of the financial markets in the address. Ethereum and other public blockchains are the center of attention. Warning, this contains a spoiler. Ultimately, he believes all assets will be transferred via open blockchains. This includes stocks, bonds, currency, and more. A decentralized financial system will have far-reaching consequences for our future. Innovative new business models could be developed using blockchain technology and crypto assets. We have not been able to finish this revolution due to the unfriendly regulatory climate. And things have changed drastically since then. Because of all of this, focusing on it is highly bullish. The growth of such networks is actually encouraged by this. There is XRP among them. However, tokenization is the key. Tokenization was the subject of a recent publication by Ripple. They claim that tokenization is here to stay and is already altering international financial markets. This is the process of transferring RWAs from one location to another using secure institutional grade custody. US and EU treasuries and money market funds. Agricultural receivables are facilitating more access to rural areas in Latin America. Trade finance and structured financing in Southeast Asia. The XRP ledger and the land department's control alt for tokenizing real estate. Learn more about the many uses of tokenization to see how custody is driving this worldwide trend. This section does contain an analysis of such use cases. Additionally, they asserted that by digitizing traditional assets like gold, treasuries, real estate, and stocks, more people will have access to markets that were previously inaccessible, and that this will increase transparency and unlock liquidity for all of these assets. Even though tokenized product expansion in pilots is a hot topic, an important part of this change is rarely discussed. Tokenization is made a scalable and trustworthy reality with the help of digital asset custody and secure institutional grade storage solutions. The combination of tokenization with cryptocurrency custody services is bringing about a financial revolution, and that is precisely what Ripple is doing with XRP as its central currency. This is a universal wave of tokenization. RWA important financial markets are becoming more tokenized as each region caters to its own requirements. North American and European companies are finding tokenized treasuries and money market funds useful for managing liquidity and returns. One example of a solution to problems in the capital market is DZ Bank's new digital custody service for cryptocurrency assets like tokenized bonds. We have already covered some of these in our discussion of Latin America, haven't we? These are the ones we are looking at. On the other hand, new estimates put the value of tokenized real estate assets at nearly 19 trillion by 2033, with tokenized client assets such as stocks potentially exceeding 3.7 trillion and tokenized real estate assets 2 trillion. This shift is happening in tandem with others. There has been a change in attitude within long-standing institutions. Regulations have become more clear. Strong security measures are becoming more important. Stable coins have emerged as a convenient entry point to the digital asset ecosystem, and real estate is being tokenized. You can already see the first signs of some of those major shifts right here. We can all agree that the partnership between Ripple and Fubon Bank to tokenize property on the XRP blockchain was a major step forward for Hong Kong. I think this happened in the past, around 2022 or 2023. Tokenizing land ownership, however, is a joint effort between Colombia and the Ministry of Information and Communications Technologies, with the goals of increasing transparency and decreasing fraud. With a focus on tokenizing real estate, Ripple has previously backed all of these pilots globally, including in Dubai. I agree. The total value of the world's real estate market has increased by 400 trillion as a result of these changes. This is a monumental task. As one might expect, this is mostly about the XRP ledger. Hence, XRP and the XRPPL are ready to be tokenized. In light of current events, Ripple's actions and support and the significance of all the relevant components, including stablecoins, on-off ramps, and digital asset custody, they provide a unified platform for tokenization. Nevertheless, how exactly is this triggering XRP's attack on Wall Street? This one is from Watcher, so let's start with that one. Firms from Silicon Valley and Wall Street are clamoring to be a part of our tokenization initiative, say SEC Chair Paul Atkins and Guru Justin. Tokenization is the desired outcome for Wall Street. Going on-chain is their objective. By the way, do you know who is enabling this to happen? Clients of activates like Robinhood use Ripple tokenization. Wall Street is about to be taken over by stablecoins. The banking, private equity, stock, real estate, and even the arts industries will not be the only ones impacted by cryptocurrency. A new stablecoin law in the United States is one signature away from linking the dollar to a rocket and sending it soaring into the future. Robinhood app co-founder and CEO Vlad Tenev claims this technology could power anything. Basically, it's the same as turning a bank into an app store. The United States is determined to take the lead in this revolution rather than merely following it, and the spark has been lit. Please examine this. I think the United States needs to take the lead in the cryptocurrency industry, which will soon power a lot of financial services. Among financial services, we are at the forefront. The stablecoin legislation is an important first step toward our goal of being a global leader in cutting-edge technology. The digitization of US dollars and treasuries paves the way for the digitization of a wide range of real-world assets, including stocks, private equity, art, and everything in between. The United States is finally stepping up to the plate, and we couldn't be happier about it. The bill will soon be christened and signed into law. So it's wonderful to be here for the industry and consumers, and this is something that Robinhood CEO has said before. One of the most powerful people on Wall Street has been telling us about this. We need to give this some more thought. Over 25 million people have used Robinhood to trade stocks, cryptocurrency, and more. And he's making the same claim. Again, the most significant shift is taking place at this very moment. On the chain, everything is in motion. Everything is proceeding according to the SEC's report. Perhaps the most groundbreaking innovation to hit the financial markets in the previous decade is tokenization. We can see this again from Vladnev's work from early July. Additionally, you may have noticed that last week, SEC Chairman Atkins discussed tokenization in an interview. We think it's a fantastic innovation. Tokenization, in our opinion, is the most groundbreaking development in the financial markets over the last 10 years. Therefore, we also take into account the connections between XRP and Robinhood when we think about this, right? For what it's worth, XRP is one of the rare networks that has successfully used tokenized stocks. Here, everyone is really into tokenized stocks. After Ethereum, XRP is the second most valuable tokenized stock in terms of total value. My prediction is that these numbers will increase dramatically in the coming days, weeks, and months. But Robinhood is notoriously forthright when it comes to XRP. What do you think about the Bitstamp purchase? Bitstamp and Ripple were bought out by Robinhood. With the XRP blockchain as its foundation, Bitstamp plans to launch its own digital derivatives market. With this acquisition, a legitimate global exchange with consumers and institutions in the US, UK, EU, and even Asia is now within reach. Robinhood is all for tokenization if that's what we're thinking about. The XRP network will engulf Wall Street. In my opinion, this is absolutely correct. Let's dive into the details of what I
All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Show me the proof. All my niggas from the Hooters. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rats. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer.
What's goody, y'all? Uda here. We back with another one. You already know. Listen, man, we got a Bronx rapper who was unalived, clipped, okay, on camera. This is a graphic video. You already know, warnings, trigger warnings is out there. Graphic video. We will be getting into this breakdown, so salute to everybody. Listen, man, the whole question and the whole of this video is, was it a setup? Was he lined up by his peoples or whoever was there? You know what I'm saying? Because it does look kind of funny. So that's how come when I watched some of this video, I said, nah, I want to bring this video to the people. Let us see what we all think about this. I want everybody get in the comments. You let me know what y'all think about this, all right? Not even going to do too much talking. I'm just going to get right into that. Y'all smash that like button. Y'all make sure y'all in these comments and y'all subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
Check this out.
Nadia, a community is mourning today after a 33-year-old man was shot in the head and killed last night on Westchester Avenue. If you take a look here, you can see there is a growing makeshift memorial here outside of the smoke shop where it happened. We saw people today lighting candles here, heartbroken. We're told shots were fired around 10:30 last night, right outside 1629 Westchester Avenue, just steps away from the Morrison Avenue train station. When police got here, they found the victim with a gunshot wound to the head. People in the neighborhood say the victim was working at the smoke shop where it happened. EMS rushed him to Jacoby Hospital where he died. We saw blood on the ground and a single shell casing marker in the doorway, and the area was taped off as detectives flooded the scene. We're told that police are looking for a man last seen wearing a dark-colored hoodie, dark sweatpants, black and red sneakers, and a black face mask. They tell us that they believe the shooting may have been targeted. And right now, it's unclear what happened leading up to the shooting, and the name of that victim has not yet been released. But everyone in this neighborhood that I've spoken to off camera tells me that he was a great person. From Soundview.
The person killed is said to be a rapper named Chicken Dondada. To be honest, we don't know much about this guy. It's said that when you pass away, people find out who you are. When it comes to making music, some people are new to this and not true to this. Chicken Dondada, however, was true to this. If you search him up, you can see he has a video recorded by the legendary K-Mac, Spike Tarantino. This was over 10 years ago, so you know he been at the music for some time.
Still trapping out the bando. I'm trapping out the bando. Now go and get your money right. I'm trying to get my money right.
Based on the name, Chicken, we assume he is from Bronx River Projects or the surrounding blocks, as they refer to their strip as Chicken Avenue. Also, on this Spike Tarantino video, he shouts out Chicken Avenue, as well as Stratford Avenue, with Stratford Avenue being Chicken Avenue's neighboring block. This area is notoriously known to harbor members of the Crips Dirt Gang. We did a story on some of those guys. In recent times, he has been doing music and released a song with Envy Kane about 4 years ago. However, a few days ago, LLNYC had released the footage of the crime scene and got some info from 2 locals as to the nature of the area where the shooting took place or whatnot.
Nah, that's crazy for real. Seriously, like, I don't know what to tell you. Whoever that was, rest in peace. I hope he's safe. I hope he didn't pass away for real. That ass.
I think I know the guy. This is actually the smoke shop I go to. I'm 21, by the way.
So it's a smoke shop?
Yeah. This is a smoke shop I go to. We were literally just here.
Yo, that was right at the corner store right there, getting drinks.
Right before getting ice cups. And we was right here. Then I went to Fine Fair. I come back and I was like, what happened? There was mad police. And it's crazy out here.
It is crazy.
Now, this is the reaction or aftermath to passerbyers seeing Chicken's body on the ground. Now here is what actually happened.
Like, why you got me cheap? Call my phone. I said to the wife, turn the beat. You were cold. Let's agree. You would have brought me out of the seat. Stop. Let's shot him the beat.
Here you see him and another individual chilling on the block. There is actually some music playing, not sure if that is Chicken rapping or someone else. However, keep watching.
I do a shot and see. Means run through the piece and open the keys. High speed and open the keys. High speed. What if you don't know if they started? Of course, who gon' guard it? Hell time next time I recorded. Get shot. Ain't no started.
Caught him clean. He was lighting up the trees and all that, bro. But they saying, look, when you see, I'm not saying that this is what they're saying online. This is what a few people saying. They saying, like, I don't know if they saying his man made like a signal, or I don't know if it's that deep, but this is what people are saying. It's looking like he made a signal, or his man, at least Pete Boy coming from down the block, like, nah, cause watch, they're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring this back just to see it. But that was crazy how he got caught, man. RIP to him, bro. Head tapped him, bro. One single casing was recovered from the scene, so it wasn't even no big bang ups. It was just a one bang boom, and he on foot's back out the way. So let's get back into this, man. Salute to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all smashing that like. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know if y'all thinking it's a setup. Tell me what y'all think about how he just glid through there. How boy just glid through there, son. All blacked up, all masked up, and he was walking at first. And it seems like, well, he wanted to make sure, like, as soon as he's like with the light, he runs up like that. Like the hands is both occupied and he ran up. It seems that way, like the person was thinking that. Watch it again.
Crazy. We can't show the actually shooting, but it was a head tap. But let's rewind. People have been commenting on this video, and these internet detectives have came to a theory. If you pay attention to the friend, it seems that he might have peeped the shooter coming down the block and went into the store. Some say when he touched his nose it was a signal to the shooter. It can all be a coincidence though, as we don't want to put that on anyone. However, it is pretty interesting.
Damn, nasty work, bro. You know what I'm saying? You see it. I don't know. It kind of looked like that because you see the friend kind of look down that block. Look at the video again. He looks down the block. They say he make like some signal with his nose. That could have been a signal. I don't know. He does look like he's kind of, I don't know. It looked like it does not a vibe like that. But when somebody puts something in your mind, because I'm telling you, people already was saying this in the comments and everything. So it kind of puts that in your mind. So once you kind of like see something in your mind, it's kind of like hard to unsee it. But he's moving kind of weird though. You know what I'm saying? Even leading up to when the guy's coming, he's looking like he's looking for something. He looks down that block though. And then he walks inside the store and then all of a sudden Duke run up and do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Why would he not feel like that guy is with him, or maybe this guy could have a weapon too as well to defend his friend? It could be multiple things that happen while you're trying to go on a drill. You know what I'm saying? You can get drilled. Real talk. You know what I mean? So maybe the Uda's confidence. Maybe it's anger. Who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe it's anger. And it's just not confidence, it's just anger. And this person wants some get back probably. But y'all get in the comments, man. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking about this whole video, man. R.I.P. to this dude, man. Chicken.
Sunroof top, digging in the scene with the gangster leaning and we ain't coming down. See on my face that smile. See on my head that crown. I'm on top of the world, top of the town, baby.
I moved up the hood to have the church on the corner where I sit and talk shit all day cause I wanna. And on top of that, wasn't none of y'all gonna do nothing but keep running your mouth and keep fronting. Go ahead and say something. I'll wait. I ain't gonna wait too late, cause in a minute I'm escape. Cause there is no debate. No, it's not an option. You gotta keep the clock watch.
Sunroof top, digging in the scene with the gangster leaning and we ain't coming down. See on my face that